Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you all are well. Uh, I wasn't crying or nothing. I don't want y'all to think that, but I was. Well, the way I just be saying stuff, it makes it sound like something different than what it is. But that's what happens when you just say the first thing that comes to your mind, and you're also talking about some real stuff. But um, like I said, I've been having a lot of repressed memories coming back. This is hard to explain because I don't even understand it. Um, and I've thought about this stuff my whole life. But I wanted to make this video because just because you survive something and it's repressed and coming back now doesn't mean you understand just because you survived it and went through it. The mental part of it um, is something that needs to be addressed sooner rather than later. Or you might end up in a situation like it happened to me yesterday. Um, so what I'm saying is if you try to sort this stuff out and you find yourself not able to do it, just like, okay, this is what happened. Like, take yourself from the beginning to the end. In the middle, you need to find a resolution, or at least put it to rest, right? If you try to come to either impasse, whichever works. A resolution might be confronting somebody, like an abuser, mainly, because obviously we don't repress good memories; we repress bad memories, and you can only get a bad memory from a bad experience. I hope I'm making sense. I just woke up. I had a weird dream. Some guy was like talking about the Lord, and then he was talking about, he was saying amen a lot, and then I couldn't tell if I was talking to him, but the perspective was like first person, so I couldn't see who was talking, but I don't know if he was talking at me or I don't, it's hard to explain these things, but I was sitting right there. So if he wasn't talking to me, he was somebody talking to somebody else. And then Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake were in my dream, and they were they were having like some weird argument, and it was just really weird. I don't know what the hell was going on. There was a lot of celebrities. There was a lot of weird stuff going on. Um, but anyway, and Brittany's my girl. She's only 7 years older than me, so she's one of my people. So I have a soft spot for her, and I was praying for her. I pray for her a lot, often, but especially recently and stuff, since her conservatorship was coming to an end. Which Corey Feldman made $1 million in his career as a kid, and him and Orlando Brown got emancipated at 14, which I guess they have a legal right, even though they're not adults. They're actors, and that stuff's different. I'm too stupid to sit here and tell you how that works because I don't know. I'm just telling you what they said. But they got emancipated at 14, and Corey, well, not him, Corey Feldman wanted his money, and for him for that he worked for. His parents didn't work for it. Well, his parents shouldn't be. Parents shouldn't be sending off their kids for that money anyway. But they're just bad parents, evil parents. Not bad, evil. That's fucking evil to sell your kid. It's no different than slavery. That's what it is. It's child actors are slaves. They don't have a fucking choice. And Will Smith. Actually, I'm not gonna go all there with that. I'm gonna get mad. But at the end of it, he had $40,000, y'all. Point being, um, if you're gonna get into entertainment as a young person, read your contract before you sign anything. Get a few lawyers in case one's crooked. The second one's biased. The third one should be good, morally good, um, to do the right thing. Because they get paid, you get paid, right? So why wouldn't they want to do the right thing? Well, they don't because they want to siphon your money and then say, oh, well, this is legality, and talk to you like you're retarded. And you kind of are in a legal sense because you're not a lawyer. But you do know that we all work for our money no matter what we do, whether it's McDonald's or McMillionaires, whatever. And I've done one porn thing just to survive. Same exact situation I'm in now. But I'm not doing like porn stuff or nothing like with companies or in general. But the reason that people fall into these pitfalls, most people are not like, oh, I think Jenna Jameson a long, long time ago. I've read everything about everybody about everything. So this is what you do when you're isolated all the time for 21, 22 years of your life. You research all types of stuff. Plus, I have a curious mind and this and that, and I like to learn. And I'm not one dimensional like a lot of people. They just go to work, they go home, they watch TV, they don't ever like look into nothing. And every time you try to pique their interest about anything or ask them a general question, they're like, "Oh, you think too deep." Like, "Oh, well, you're an idiot. You don't think at all. Not even enough. You don't even think at all." Just look at these airhead answers that people have about anything. This one black chick, she was like 17 or 18. This guy was like, "Where are I don't know." She said something about where's Japan located, and this chick said Japanese. Not being funny. She literally thought the country's name of Japan's country name is actually not Japan, and that the name of the country is Japanese. How the hell is that possible? In 2024 in America, God has given us we're the most blessed country, the most blessed civilization in the history of man that will ever be. And yet we got people that dumb. When all you had to do was pay 1% of attention, which I never did in school, and even I know that with my slow ass. Even I know that. So if my slow ass can know it, then so can she. But evidently not. And she said it out of her own mouth. So it's not heresy. I think heresy and hearsay is the same thing. Maybe heresy is like biblical, and maybe hearsay is just American. I don't know. But I would say hearsay. That's what she said out of her own mouth. And that's why I get irritated with people that say stupid stuff like, "Oh, you think too deep." Like, yeah, well, you don't think enough. So anyway, when you use 1% of your brain, you get 1% of your brain answers to questions. She didn't even try to Google it. She wasn't like, "Oh, I don't know, let me look that up. I wonder. I like their culture or their swords or anything." Hell, she probably don't even know what a shogun or a samurai or a ninja is. It's like, Lord. But I was watching something about my repressed memory, wanting to see how other people dealt with it. And everything was totally fine. Like, it's not like I'm crying or distraught or anything, but there's something going on mentally that I'm not understanding. Well, I didn't want to say this, but whatever. Well, I don't want to. If you want to know, you can message me on Discord or something, or on iMessage, carnagius@icloud.com. It's kind of, I can't actually no, I can't say this on here. It's nothing illegal or bad. It's just something that happened to me a lot when I was younger, but I forget that I'm on YouTube and that maybe I might want to start filtering what I'm saying a little bit more, just because I feel like the people say like you can get thrown to the the nether realm or the nether region of the search thing, which I'd want more help, more people. But I fell back into some things that I thought I was doing good on, and I'd done for over a year doing good, and then I'd watched that stuff, and then something weird happened. It was kind of like a culmination of things. And God knows I'm trying. I know He knows. But I'm still at this point where I never, ever, ever give my credit for anything good I do. Ever. And that can't be healthy. Christian or not. Or whatever you believe in. Whether you believe in nothing or what different or whatever, there's no way that can be healthy long term. But it's like when you're forced to be in survival mode all the time, if you're dead, you can't survive, so you can't make a mistake. And like in Game of Thrones, when they thought they had a good plan, and they didn't, what happened? Everybody died. And then, same thing in The Walking Dead. Like, they had to plan from before Edith was born. Or not Edith, I'm thinking of the Bible. Is Edith in the Bible? I don't know, Judith. Before Judith was born, they had to plan. Like, okay, she can't make noise, we gotta shut her up, we gotta silence her, we want her to live, we wanna live, but she's a priority, so we gotta figure out a way to finagle this to where she doesn't get us all killed, and we don't have to kill her, because we've had to kill other kids that were liabilities because they got too scared, and then they got bit, and then there's no way to get past that, and it's too late. And there's a difference between having an irrational feeling about something that almost happened versus something that happens regularly. That's really bad. There's a huge difference. And I don't really feel. I've dated a lot of women that were taken advantage of in the worst way as a woman. What the heck? And I've dated a lot of my girlfriends that had that happen. And every time they said that, I was like, well, where's he at? And that's not the right way to deal with that. Because, yeah, I could do this and that, but then what? I go to jail, and then she breaks up with me because I'm not around. And then the devil's winning because I'm playing devil games and winning devil prizes, which is life in prison, ultimately. Because the devil wants to get you in the prison system and the hell system, and then get you in hell. Because the abuse gets to be too much, especially if you can't defend yourself, or if you don't know how prison politics works, or if you're just not built like that. Like, if you watch a lot of the soldier movies, there's usually a couple of guys, either our military or U.S. military depictions, or other countries that, like, they made it through Hell Week, they're a real soldier, they're OGs, they're doing good, and then something breaks them. And they can handle it to a point, and some of them couldn't handle it at all. And that's what happens in the prison system. So, because we can sit here and tell people stuff all day, but guess what, y'all? There's still going to be people that do bad stuff, that do bad decisions. There's nothing we can do about it but try to warn them. But if you're going to join the gang, if you're going to be a drug dealer or a dope boy or a carjacker, anything illegal that can get you a lot of time or life in prison. Joker just sounded like he was trying to avoid prison. Okay, you know. And there are there are female gang members. There are female gangsters, queen pins, all that. But male or female, the sex part of it and the attention and the notoriety. When it comes to being in the streets, notoriety is way better than fame. Fame and notoriety are two completely different things. you forget about famous people usually because there's always another famous person. But people that are notorious, you never forget. That's why there's a fascination with serial killers. I don't have a fascination with them. I have a common link of bad abuse and things like that. So I try to look at, like I was doing yesterday, I try to look at the worst parts of life so I can try to help people see the best parts of life coming out of the darkness. Sounds really cliche, but I'm being serious. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Um, because you don't solve a problem by avoiding it. And even if we can prevent one serial killer or one drug dealer or gang member from doing that path, because all it does is destroy lives and families. It makes people lose faith in God. That's not God's fault. That's not the victim's fault. It's just the overall things that led up to it, the lack of help's fault. But if even we can prevent one, that's one less person that's fallen victim. So even if there's 100 people that die in a fire and you save one, that's one person you saved. If I was a firefighter, I'd be like, hey, we couldn't save everybody, but we saved one person. So I just try to look at it like that, and maybe that might make y'all feel more better about what I'm saying. It's got nothing to do with like being nasty or gory or anything. It's about literally saving people, figuratively and literally. And so yeah, that's basically it as far as that goes. But and the other thing is, not everybody has the mental fortitude to deal with these things. But I feel like I owe it, not owe it, but I've been called by God to be a voice for people that they may not, it's not like they're a punk or they ain't got no balls or breast or nothing. It's not about that. It's just about they've suffered too much to be able to vocalize it out of fear. And one thing that they said that stuck with me was that when kids are abused, they don't bring it up until adulthood, like between 30 and 40. And I kind of always just, it kind of went in one ear, out the other. And I was like, wait a minute, that's me. And so also when you have those realizations of stuff, it hits you a lot differently, and you start to really see how bad this stuff really is and how bad it affects people. And luckily, the reason I say my mom showed me the best and the worst part about how to be a person is because she did. But had she not done that, I wouldn't be here right now. And that's after everything my mom went through. But it's all the credit and the glory to God and the Holy Spirit for giving us the strength to endure. So it doesn't matter the path that you go to get to be able to either share a story or be a voice for people or whatever. Just like in the Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors, they have a group and they all have the shared trauma of Freddy, and they all are able to help overcome it by sharing their story instead of just being silent. And so the one-on-one stuff is to get your medicine and your own personal questions and stuff worked through, and then the group is to actually make you have perspective and being like, oh, I didn't know that happened to somebody. I thought it was just me or whatever. And that's why it's so important to share stuff with whoever you can trust. That's why I'm constantly telling y'all that y'all can trust me because I've been through everything. And um, you know, I don't judge nobody because I'm in no position to judge, but it's also not my character. That ain't how I was raised, and it's not how the Lord made me. So, um, but just like how I've lived with a pastor, the deacon, and a reverend, when God puts people in your path to help you, the choice is yours if you want to accept help or not. Like nobody's forcing you to do anything. You know, that's totally your own prerogative, um, and everything. But if any of y'all do need to talk about anything or whatever, I'm not gonna be on Twitch for a while. I'm gonna make a lot of content because I need to try to get some subscribers and traffic and try to get some money coming in. So I do what I gotta do, but I really don't want to do that. I'm like, when I say I'm trying, I'm really, really trying to stay on the straight and narrow. And it's not like, well, if God doesn't help me, I gotta help myself. But I mean, I gotta take care of my cats, man. And I promised Chucky he'd always have a home. And he deserves that because he's already moved like 9 times with me. And that's one reason why he's so needy. Is he has special needs emotionally is because we have moved so much and he has suffered a lot. He has a lot of cat PTSD and separation anxiety real bad and everything. So that's why I go out of my way to stop in the middle of my stream and stuff or whatever I'm doing to acknowledge him. I got 26,000. So if you have a cat, dogs don't really care as far as I know, but you're not supposed to even move a cat once, and that's why a lot of cats run away. So if you have a special needs cat emotionally, I don't care how annoyed you get or whatever, or how much they annoy you, stop what you're doing and love on them, please. You're not going to do it for, but just do it for them, because they deserve that. They didn't ask you to adopt them, you adopted them, so own it. That's all I'm saying. The baby shouldn't have to suffer because you're lazy or you're irritated. That's your own problem. That's why don't kids feel love? Because their parents don't love them. They don't want you. They didn't want you. You're a result of lust. It's that simple. How do I know that? Because I've done this countless times with women. And it's just not good. It feels good, literally. Blah, blah, blah. But it's not the right way to go about things. That's why it's so important to try your best to find a partner. And I'm really kind of at a point where I'm even questioning, well, is getting married even an option for me? Because I'm so sick and stuff and this and that and the third. And so I'm kind of having a lot of quandaries internally. Like, I'm not losing faith in God or nothing or anything. It's not like that. It's just I'm seeing that this is becoming an issue. So I'm gonna message my my psychiatrist and my therapist and see if one of them just give me a wellness call. Not a welfare check, just a wellness call. So I could tell them this information while it's still fresh in my mind because I don't want to forget. And then have my sessions with them, and then I can't remember, and then they get concerned because I can't remember, type of a thing. But I have a strong enough constitution to be able to look the devil in his face and tell him to go fuck himself. And that no matter what happens in my life, I can always take great pride in that because not everybody can do that. And and stuff. So just if you could keep me in your thoughts and prayers, and Harley and Joker in your thoughts and prayers. And if you do want to know what I'm talking about, you can message me. I guess on Discord or my message. If you want to text me, you can. Um, just, well, you can email me at carnages@icloud.com, or you can just message me on Discord. Or if you want to give me your information in a comment, I can message you, and I'll send you a video saying, hey, it's me, so you know I'm a real person, so that way you're not giving your info to somebody else. If you follow me, you know it's me, but people are weird. I guess that's really it. I was able to get to the chiropractor yesterday, if you don't know, and I was able to get my back worked on. It's feeling a lot better. My doctor let me know if I have issues with my new pain doctor, he can help me get a different one, but my new doctor's okay. He's just kind of a hard ass. But I don't have... See, people are like, oh, your mom was extremely addicted to drugs and alcohol, and so now you're going to have the same behavior, this and that, and that's assuming. I don't know if you want to say projecting or whatever, but everything don't apply to everybody just because somebody was around something. And like very rarely does a serial killer's kid become a serial killer, right? They might have other bad behaviors, but it's not that extreme. So if you're a doctor or a medical field person, you don't have to sit there and assume the worst. You need to observe their behavior. Are they actually getting locked up? Are they getting in trouble? Are people saying that they're hiding stuff when they're going to their therapy or psychiatrist appointment? Are they concealing stuff? Or are they actually who they say they are? So you should always give somebody a reason to believe that they are who they say they are until they give you a reason not to. Like, you don't want to assume that your puppy's going to pee all over the floor and use the bathroom on the floor just because they're a puppy. There might be a dog that goes outside and they never have a problem. So never assume anything is the point. There's a lot of people that assume a lot of things, and there's a lot of divorces because of assumptions, which is the most stupid thing ever. You have a perfectly great thing that you waited your whole life to do nonetheless, and then you throw it away because you're dense. Because all you're going to do is end up regretting it later. Let me hop in Discord now. I didn't think this was going to be an issue to come up again, but I don't really understand what's going on, so I need a little help from my doctor, so I'm going to message them now. I'm going to reach out to my Uncle Chris, and I'm going to try to reach out to my Uncle Tony and touch base with them. I haven't talked to them in over a decade. So I'll let you know how that goes. Yeah, I guess that's really about it for the moment. But if you're new to the channel, you can support with a Cash App or GoFundMe donation. And I post all types of videos. My mind is all over the place, and I don't want to increase my conservative, but I want to let them know it's not necessarily a medicine issue. It's more of like I don't know issue. There's something, like something's triggering something, and I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna try to get to the bottom of it and see what I can do to try to get a handle on it. Another thing, it's really hard to not try to be perfect all the time when you're a survivor because you have to be in a lot of ways. You don't stop doing that till you like go to sleep basically. And so it's an extremely, it might be an impossible thing to turn off. I don't really know, but I'm gonna try my best to try to get it under control, some way, some form. Um, but I'll be posting some videos. I feel decent right now with my pain. I took my some of my pain medicine, so I feel decent. Um, so I guess that's really all I got to say right now. Yeah, I love you guys, and I got some more videos coming out, and then I'm gonna work on my Patreon too, just all my stuff. I'm gonna work on it and get it sorted. That's it, y'all. We're out.